Let's give it up for the most phenomenal, best half that a man could ever have. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I see you, Miss Dunn. I am so glad that you've joined with me today. Many of you know me as a state senator, but I'm also glad to welcome you to my day job here at the Culinary Academy of Las Vegas. I've led this business for the last 10 years, and it is a very special place to me. The room that you're in today and the facilities on this campus used to be vacant and a dirt lot. Now they provide hope. People walk through these doors every day, hoping their conditions will improve. Through the job training offered to thousands each year, the meals that are prepared and distributed to needy children and seniors, and the sense of community that's shared over breakfast or lunch in the bistro. This is an enterprise that provides hope each and every day.
All right.
We built this organization to what it is today. And I couldn't have done it alone.
All right.
The team members that I have had the honor of working with and the leadership of our board of trustees, these individuals are the most dedicated and inspiring people that you could ever have the chance to work with. They also provide a lot of hope. But the people who walk through these doors are the ones who deserve the credit for our success. They have worked hard all their lives. They have families that mean more than anything to them. And they're stuck in the most brutal economy they've ever seen. Maybe they have a job that doesn't pay all the bills. Maybe they've lost a job or even a home. Maybe they just got out of high school and can't find work, but they're still fighting. They won't give up. They're resilient, and they just want a fair chance to succeed.
Amen.
So they come here
Yes.
to the Culinary Academy of Las Vegas. But we don't give them just a pat on the back and say good luck. We don't form a committee or issue a report. We just get to work, helping them build the skills that they need. And we help them find a real job, a good job, one with benefits, and that allows them to take care of themselves and their family. An example of this just happened last week. Over 300 people came in for a job fair. Nearly all of them were unemployed. Nearly 100 left with a formal job offer to start working at one of the major That's pretty remarkable in this economy. But it works because people who don't always see eye to eye, Nevada's labor leaders and business leaders, saw a problem, came together, and did something about it. We created this academy to train people to work in Nevada's biggest industry, common sense. But it's the kind of thing that you almost never see happen in Washington. Recently, I had the honor of being a guest of Senator Harry Reid to listen to President Barack Obama present the American Jobs Act to Congress. What I observed overlooking that joint session of Congress is that there's a faction of Tea Party conservatives who are so focused on seeing our president fail that they're willing to allow all of us as Americans to lose. That's a disgrace. It's not the America that I know. It's not the America that I believe in. And it has to change.
Yes.
Because times are tough.
Yes.
They're tough for a lot of folks. And it has to change. Now, I know what it's like dealing with challenging times because I lived them. Growing up, I was the oldest son of a single mom who struggled with addiction. My mom is here today and has been clean for nearly 20 years. She's an example of what happens when you give people a chance to allow them to change their lives. I worked 2 jobs during high school and college to provide for my sisters and my brother. I learned early on what it looks like to choose between paying the electric bill and paying for rent. And I know what it feels like when you can't pay either. And I know what it's like to raise your siblings to do well despite your own circumstance, and what it's like to walk your youngest brother onto a college campus for the first time, knowing how far you've come and how far he will get to go. While my family is here, my brother Booker is at Alcorn State University in Mississippi. Too many Nevada families today are feeling like my family did when I was a kid. Maybe they have a job today, but they worry that it may not be there tomorrow. Maybe they have a house, but they worry how much lower the values will decline. Maybe they're a veteran who served 2, 3, 4, even 5 tours of duty overseas, putting their lives on the line to protect all of us, only to find that they can't even make a living when they get back home. Maybe they're a senior who worked hard and played by the rules, only to find that their retirement savings have dried up just when they needed it most. So many Nevadans who have worked so hard but are struggling so much. And now they wonder, how much longer will it take? Well, I wish I knew the answer. But what I do know is this: I have been there too. And that's why I will never stop fighting for Nevada's working families. And part of that fight is making sure our voice, your voice, is heard in Washington. And so I humbly stand here today after prayerful conversations with my wife and my children and my family in the district where I was born, the community where I grew up, the place my kids call home, to announce that I am running to be your voice and your congressman in this district. Not just my constituents. They're my family. They're my neighbors. They're my coworkers. And when I talk to folks after church on Sundays, get stopped by someone at the grocery store, or dropping my kids off at school, they're enormously frustrated with how things are going right now. They see the big banks, the big corporations, and the billionaires getting the insider deals, the special perks, and all the breaks, while they work harder and harder and fall further behind. They see Washington politicians fighting for the sake of fighting and caving in when they should be standing tall. Yes. And they realize that the people who have all the power either don't understand what's going on in our communities, or they just don't care. Well, here's my message to Washington. While you play Tea Party, people are hurting out here in the real world. People need jobs now, and people need their home values to stop going down today. We need more than political talk and empty promises. We need to invest in the things that create jobs right here, right now. Like rebuilding our highways, our roads, and our bridges, by restoring our schools that are crumbling around us, and investing in the human capital, which is our community. We need to strengthen the bedrock industries that have created so many jobs in Las Vegas for so long, in gaming and hospitality and in tourism, but that's not enough. We need to diversify Nevada's economy and attract new industries, new companies, and the new jobs of the future, like clean energy. We can be the Saudi Arabia of solar power. We can be the Silicon Valley of energy technology. And we can have the jobs that come with leading edge industries if we just make the investments to bring them in. And that's where education comes in. My wife, who is my closest ally and trusted advisor, knows more about education than most. We talked early in the morning and late into the night about the ways that we can improve this community. Like me, she was raised here and knows both the challenges and opportunities our children face in education. I've learned from her that you can't expect things to get better until you focus on what matters most. Educating our children so that they can be better off in the future. And that's exactly what parents I talk to every day are concerned about. Will our kids be better off than we are? As parents to Benjamin, Bryson, and Ella, I can tell you that that's what matters to us. And not just to our 3 children, but for all the children in this community. Strong children produce strong families, and strong families build strong communities. And that's why I'm running for Congress, to equip all of our children with the skills and the education that they need to compete for the careers and industries of the 21st century, to grow our economy and to get people working again. In addition to fighting for our children's future, we also have to work to keep our promises to our men and women who have served in the military and who are veterans. After all that they've done for us, we need to do so much more to make sure that veterans returning from Iraq and Afghanistan can find a job and provide for themselves and their families rather than seeking services at a local homeless shelter. In short, we need a serious strategy to create the jobs. We need them now, and we need to build the economy of the future. So as your congressman, that's what I'll work on each and every day. Now let me tell you some things that I won't do. I refuse to tell hardworking people who work for a paycheck that they should sacrifice more to cut the deficit while stock market millionaires get a free pass from paying their fair share. I refuse to gut investments in our children's future when a good education is not only their ticket to success, it's vital to our ability to attract the employers that we want, to create the jobs that we desperately need. I refuse to let seniors live in squalor because we won't provide the care that they've earned and deserved. For the first 27 years of my life, I visited my grandmother every week in a nursing home. I know the difference between quality care and substandard care. You can smell it when you walk in. You can see it in the eyes of the people that are there. It's real to me. And so I will fight with everything in my being to protect and preserve Medicare and Social Security because we need to keep our promises to our parents and our grandparents. And I won't ever back down by Tea Party extremists trying to ram through radical agendas that hurt working people. When they tried that in Carson City, when they tried to gut our schools and cut nursing home funding, I said no way. All right. And as much as I'll fight for what's right, you know that I'll also work with anyone of any party who has a good heart and a good idea about getting our state back on track and putting people back to work. It's what I did in Carson City, bringing Republicans and Democrats together to make healthcare reform work for doctors and for patients. It takes leadership and experience in getting things done.
Yes.
That's what we need more in Washington, because it won't be easy to get out of this mess, and it won't happen overnight. But we can't continue doing what we're doing, with those at the top bending the rules and making a killing, while middle-class families play by the rules and fall further behind.
Yes.
That's not how America is supposed to work. It was the middle-class economy that made us the strongest country in the world when I was a kid.
Yes,
and it's the middle-class economy that will bring us back if we make the right choices. You see, some on the radical right believe America's best days are long gone. Well, I believe in an America that can still do big things.
Come on.
They believe America took a hit and is down for the count. I believe in an America that takes on the challenges and comes back stronger. They believe all we can do is manage our decline. I believe in an America that is always getting better.
All right.
That's why I'm running for Congress.
All right.
From this district, and it's why I wouldn't run anywhere else. Time and again, I've witnessed as some have ignored the plight of struggling families all over this district. They've said that this community is without promise. They've called for the closure of our schools and said that the people here aren't worth hiring. They're wrong. When you invest in people, you realize that there is potential in all of us.
Yes.
That's what someone did for me. I wouldn't be here announcing my decision to run for Congress without that sense of community and family. I have dedicated my life to doing, not just talking, but getting things done each and every day. But this race isn't about me. It's about the people in this district who have been ignored for far too long.
Yes.
So I'm running to bring our voice to Washington, to make sure that when priorities are set, we are no longer ignored, no longer left behind. And so I hope that you will join with me. I'm going to need your help. I'm asking for your support. And I will work every day to earn your vote. Thank you very much.